Hello, friends. As you can see, we are no longer doing class in the fog. I was having a moment, I tell you. For some reason, I was like kept on cleaning the iPhone cameras in the back, and then I neglected to remember that there is one, of course, facing me. And so I finally got that cleared up, and now we are no longer exercising in the fog. I hope everyone is having a great start to the weekend. My name is Jen, and we are slowing it down for Saturday, so doing a little bit of yoga-y things. I've been told that I need to get better at mountain biking, so today was my 5th day. Yesterday I did a little bit as well, and followed it with today 10 miles today, which is so funny because when you're road biking, 10 miles is nothing, and then when you're on a mountain bike, it's just like, oh gosh, everything feels just so tiring, and I bit it twice. So I have a brand new, very large bruise here. It's very tender, but that is the whole part of the learning process, so I'm okay with it. But hope everyone is having a really nice weekend so far. We'll go ahead and get started. The music, we're not going to be doing it to the beat of anything, so this is purely for background. Oh, you caught that, Ellen? Yeah. I felt very sorry for myself, as one does when one is falling. And it was one of those, like, I'm sure you've experienced this before, when you're like tipping over in slow-mo, so you know that it's happening, it's going to happen, and you're in the process and you're like, oh my gosh, there's nothing I can do to prevent this situation. So it's a very like feel sorry for yourself moment. And then when you're down there sitting on the ground, you're just like, oh my gosh, are you allowed to fall down as an adult? Apparently you are. But the good news is I cleaned that little camera in the front side, so now we are no longer working out in the fog. I was having a moment of I was cleaning the back ones, but not the front one. I don't know. Having a moment, as I was saying. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to get this music going. Again, this is purely just for background, nothing too crazy. Okay, so let's find ourselves just in child's. You can open up your knees out wide and big toes touch. Extend your arms forward and find a good little stretch. Ooh, that is really tender. So you're gonna find actual child's pose. I'm gonna have myself propped up a little bit. Hold right here. And allow your armpits, your chest to open. Sit your hips back. Take a couple breaths here. And then start to walk your arms over to your left-hand side, nice and easy, going for that stretch along your right side body. Good, and then let's gently bring it back through center. And continue to think about length, so the sides of your body very, very long. Good, and then start to walk your arms over to the right-hand side. Go for the stretch along the left side of your body, but still feel not too crunched on your right side, right? So a little bit of length there as well. Good, let's crawl through center. Find your place, reach. And sit, go, melt. Nice. And then staying here, just start to tent out your fingers. So you have a little bit of elevation, and then continue to melt your chest into the floor. Good. One more breath. Feel your armpits start to melt. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. All right, lose the tent on your next inhale. Let's come up onto hands and knees. All right, hands, knees is perfect. Extend your left arm forward, your right leg back. Left arm forward, right leg back. Hold right there, breathe. Good, and then from this place, in one seamless movement, lower your left hand down. Left foot kicks out. Find your modified half moon hold. And then return, right hand down, left foot back. Extend your left arm forward, hold. All right, do it again. Flex your back foot. Kickstand your left foot out. Reach your right arm up. Modified half moon. Flex your right foot. Perfect. And do it twice more. Lower your right hand. Extend your left arm. Nice. Lower your left hand, left foot kicks out. Good, nice seamless transition, beautiful. One more only. Lower your right hand down, extend your left arm out. Nice. Lower your left hand, left foot kicks out. Find that modified half moon. Beautiful. Bend your right leg, reach around for your right foot. Kick your heel far away from your hip. So start to feel just a little bit of a stretch through your right hip flexor. Kick your heel away, find maybe some arch in your spine. Allow your right shoulder to get drawn back behind you. Maybe start to look up toward the ceiling, past your right shoulder. Maintain your balance, very good. Nice. And then gently return to the modified half moon. Find that place. Lower your right hand down, return your left foot, bend your right leg again. And then take your left hand around and reach for your foot. Kick your heel away. And then we're gonna play with our balance here just for a little bit. Push into your right palm. Kick your heel away. Maybe you start to look past your left shoulder. Create that arch. Good. For your added challenge, if you want, start to take your left foot up off of the floor. So you might need to look forward instead of up. If this balance still feels good and you want to look up, totally try. Just an added challenge. And then maybe kick your heel up a little bit higher. Yes. And then gently undo your foot, your right foot as well. Extend forward, extend back. Good. Lower your left hand down. Lower your right toes down. Shift forward and back just a little bit here. Forward and back. Get some stretch. The back side of your right leg. All right. Find a pause. Shoulders over your wrist. Inhale. Cat-cow. So open your chest. Drop. Shoulders back. Exhale. Round very deliberately. Separate through your blades. Inhale, cow. Shoulders back, open your chest. Find that big arch, up, back. Exhale, go round. Hollow. Twice more. Inhale, arch. Good. Feels nice. Exhale, round. In fact, in this position, I feel like when I arch, I don't dump into my low back as much. Inhale, last time. Go. Cow. And exhale, cat. Good, find neutral. Firm up your core, firm up your arms, send your left toes back behind you. Just real quick in a high plank, shift forward, bend your arms, elbows halfway. Good, push back up and return. One more, shift forward, bend your arms, elbows, inch hover, upward facing dog. Drop your shoulders, tops of your feet flat against the floor. Good, downward facing dog. Pull your navel in tight. Find yourself back, hips up. Pedal up through your heels as you need. And we'll just take one breath here. And exhale out. Very good. Come back down onto your knees. Tabletop, we'll do the other side. So right arm forward, left leg back. All right, from here, let's find that place. Right arm forward, left leg back. Good, and in seamless transitions, we move right hand down, right foot kickstands out. Find your modified half moon. Good stack of your shoulders, your wrists. Good, lower your left hand down. Return your right foot and extend your right arm forward. Find that place. Try the top of your foot pretty flat against the floor, right? Right hand down, right foot out. So you're not pushing just through your toes, your entire top of foot. Lower your left hand, return your right foot. Yes, flex hard your left foot. Yep, again. Kickstand your right foot out. Reach your left arm all the way up. Nice. Lower your left hand down. Return right hand, extend forward. This is your final one. Lower your right hand, kickstand your right foot out. Reach your right arm up. From here, bend your left leg, reach around, grab your foot, and start to kick your heel away. Already get that nice stretch through your left hip flexor. Kick into your hands so your left shoulder automatically gets drawn back. Maybe you look past your left shoulder. All of these transitions here, especially with your eye gaze, take your time, no rush. Nice. From this place, let's gently return. Return your left hand, return your right foot. So from this place, then your left leg is still lifted. I'm always like, am I flexing or pointing? Take your right arm around, grab a hold of your foot. From here, kick, heel away. This offers me also a really nice stretch through my left quad. Kick your heel away, push away into your left palm so there's no dump there. And then maybe look past your right shoulder. You can totally stay here. If you're gonna do that added option, maybe you focus your eye gaze again down onto a point that's not moving, so maybe on the floor or somewhere else, and then send your right foot, the bottom foot, up off of the floor. We'll see if I can attempt here. Yes. Woo! And if that's still working for you, maybe start to look past your right shoulder. Whatever offers you a good challenge, you try it. Hold for 4, hold for 3, kick your heel away, for 2, for 1, gently release, really nice. Extend forward, extend back, lower your right hand down, send your left foot back. So we're just doing this forward back action. Even though we're not really in high plank, I want you to think of still hollowing out through your chest. So our body just remembers to be in that strong position whenever it finds itself here. All right, and let's find a pause. Next time, shoulders over wrists. Cat-cow, so we start with that cow. Open your chest, draw your shoulders back, find your arch. Yeah, squeeze your blades, exhale, go round. Good, inhale, go. Arch, really dramatically open your chest. Exhale, dramatically hollow out through your chest. Twice more, inhale, open your chest. Exhale, round. One more, inhale, open your chest, squeeze your blades, and exhale, go round. Separate your blades. Good, find your neutral. This time let's flip so our fingers face us. Now, you'll already feel whether this will work out for you or not. So right now you have like one leg up off of the floor. See if you might be able to firm up through your arms. Remember, no completely locked out arms, just a soft bend, and see if you might be able to send your right toes back as well. Push your chest away. This does not feel very comfortable, very stable. Push your chest away, trust your core, trust your strong legs. Hold for 4, you got it. 3, 2, 1. Good, let's lower down onto these knees. And real quick, we'll switch it. So fingers are still facing us. We're just going tops of hands on the floor. And for me, for some reason, this one feels quite aggressive. So I always bring my hands quite a bit closer just to stay pretty conservative with it. And then once I get my hands in that position, I feel like okay to move forward. Then I start to inch myself a little bit farther away, so more like a stacked position. But if this is like super, super comfortable for you and you like a little bit more stretch, you're just leaning back a hair. Taking care of the tops of your hands flat against the floor, relax your shoulders away, and you're just doing that gentle, gentle lean. Good, hold for 4, 3, shoulders away from you, 2, and 1. Good, as you sit back, do a quick flick of your fingers for me just to loosen things up, flick of your wrists. All right, we'll continue on then. Shift your body weight into your left leg just a little bit. And without using your hands, see if you can get your right toes just in line with your left knee. Yep. And then you'll gently hinge, right? Gently hinge forward so you can come up halfway. Hold. All right. Note the distance between your feet. Good, and then from here, transfer your body weight forward, continue. Warrior 3, flex your left foot, square off your hips. Hold right there, half moon, open. Good. Return, hands to prayer, warrior 3. And listen, point your toes, you gently bend both legs, set it where you think it should go, and gently lower down and see if you're in the correct position. I am not. I have like half a foot. So I'm gonna return my right foot back into the place, right toes in line with your left knee. And we'll try it again. So this is a nice little guesstimate game we're playing. Shift your body weight forward. And we're gonna hold halfway-ish. So this really forces some weight on your left top of foot, especially if you are easily inclined to like bypass that, which of course I will easily bypass anything that doesn't feel good. So this one sort of forces you to do it. There's no loophole. All right, transfer your body weight forward. Then as you lift your back leg, start to straighten both and flex your back foot. Perfect. We go from hands to prayer into hands, arms long into the half moon place. Yes, very good. Stack your shoulders. Maybe your fingers lift up off of the floor. It takes a little bit more energy to come down and then lift back up. So you can just stay up and then square off again. Hands into the prayer. Square your left hip back down toward the floor. And as you bend both legs, point your back set of toes. See if you can land the top of your left foot down in a place that's a little bit maybe more accurate, right? And with a lineup. And then slowly lower yourself down seamlessly. Hey, I did much better this time. I'm exactly in line. How'd you do? Okay, and then keeping your hands up off of the floor. Our hip is on our heel right now. Extend your right leg forward. See if you can lift it up off of the floor. Right. See if you can lift it up off the floor. Yes. It's a little tricky. Hold for 4, 3, flex your foot, 2, 1, lower your right heel down. Good, perfect. If you need to make any adjustment, totally use your hands. Just kind of sit yourself up nice and tall and then hinge forward from there. Maintain that flex of your right foot. Maintain the length in your spine, shoulders away from your ears. Hold right here. Good. Hold right here for 4. Hold for 3. Lengthen. Hold for 2. Hold for 1, and then gently let's come up. As we come up, you take your left hand, just slice it onto the outside of your right leg somewhere, place it down or push against, and then lift your right arm up into a T shape. So you draw your right shoulder back, squeeze your blades, give yourself a very good twist on your very long spine. Good. Gently untwist. Bring your hands back in the prayer. And without too much fuss, we'll just slip this right leg back into the kneeling position. Yeah, good. Okay, and then lean over to your right side. We'll do the other leg. So without too much fuss, let's see if we can bring this left set of toes just in line with your right knee. And I'm gonna stay facing this side just in case it offers you a different visual. Okay, from here then, start to hinge, lean forward. Your top of right foot is still flat against the floor. Hold briefly as you're in this halfway position to force a bit of weight on the top of your right foot. All right, as you transition forward into this warrior 3, flex your right foot. Right hip stays dropped down. Yes, exactly. And then from here, seamless, try keep your left hand off of the floor as you move into the half moon. All right, take your time. Remember, your eye gaze on the floor ought to help you. If you're feeling pretty confident here, you can start to look up or look elsewhere, I should say. Ooh, I lost it. And let's return to the warrior 3, hands in the prayer. Take your time. Let all those little wobbles, little shakes gently subside. Good, and then as you're ready to bend both legs, start to point your right toes. And you're gonna land in your best estimate of where your foot should be so that your right knee comes in line with your left set of toes. Yes, come all the way down, take your time. Hey, that was pretty good for me. I've actually realized it's a little bit a lot less than I think it's gonna be, the distance. Okay, shift forward again. Lean hinge. Good. You're forcing a little bit of weight on the top of your right foot, no sickled toes coming in. And then from here, as you straighten out both of your legs, flex your right foot. Your right toes should be angled down toward the floor as your right hip is angled down toward the floor. All right, from this place, you have, of course, half moon. You can keep your eye gaze down. You keep your fingers off of the floor best you can, or if you need, of course, your left fingers can touch down. And then maybe you experiment with looking up. The balance is a little bit tricky, like you're leaning back, but maybe you try, test it anyway. And then return to the hands in prayer, warrior 3. These transitions oftentimes are where we fall, so do not let me rush you. If you're working it even slower, totally. And then as you bend your legs, point your toes, your right toes, and land it where you think it should be. Yes, and then slowly continue your descent, nice and slow. Yes. Good. For me, it was 2 out of 2 on this side. All right. Lean your body weight just a hair over to your right hand side. And remember, we're lifting our left leg up off of the floor to start. So already mentally prepare, and then when you're ready, send your left leg forward. This is just a balance play we're going for. Think of squeezing your legs, although it's not exactly squeezing your legs, right? Your left leg is a little bit higher than your right. And then when you're ready, lower your left foot down. You're like, I'm so ready. Hands behind you. Make any adjustments that you need to. Lift up super tall, and then find your gentle hinge. All right, flex your left foot back toward your face. It's a gentle hinge, but let's take advantage of our elevation of our hips. This ought to feel maybe slightly more accessible than if our hips were just completely flat in the same line as our heel. So let's definitely take advantage of that. Flex hard your left foot, and then straighten out your left leg as much as possible. Really engage strong through your quad. Good. Lengthen. Anytime you feel the need to do a halfway lift, definitely don't wait for me. Feel free to do it at any point in time. Good. And then as you come up a little bit here, we'll take this right hand and we'll slice it on the outside. You can choose to push against or push down against the floor and reach your left arm out to a T. In this position, I feel like because you're sort of contending with balance a little bit, I feel a little bit starting to scrunch up into myself. So if that's you as well, on your inhale, really lengthen. I love to see that the screen is actually finally clear. I can't tell you, I was so annoyed at myself with doing these workouts in a foggy situation. I can't believe I had just that moment where I was not thinking properly and cleaning the wrong lens. That front-facing lens is so tiny, but it makes such a difference, doesn't it? All right, let's gently untwist. Find your hands back in the prayer position. Flex hard your left foot. And then just as seamlessly, let's slip this left knee back in. Yeah, good. And let's bring this right foot forward, right? Just in a kneeling position. So you're on your single knee hold. All right. Again, check your left foot. It's flat against the floor. All we'll do is pick this back knee up off of the floor. Yes. Find a gentle tuck of your tail so you feel this nice little stretch down your left hip flexor. And then can you pick your right heel up off of the floor? Good. Hold for 4, 3. I'm gonna have you hold it a little bit longer than this. All right, free your arms from the prayer. Remember, your right heel's off the floor, your left knee's off the floor. Start to bring your arms up overhead. This is our added challenge, guys. Right hand, grab a hold of your left wrist, lift to lengthen, and on your exhale, gently lean over to your right hand side. Gentle pull your left arm a little bit farther out toward your right. Good. Hold for 4, for 3, for 2, and then return your arms back to center. Gently lower your right heel down, lower your left knee down, and then we'll move into exalted warrior. Right hand down, your left thigh, reach your left arm all the way up. So find a nice little stretch. Maybe lean your hips forward, maybe step your right foot forward a little bit more. Find your stretch down your left hip flexor, down the left side of your body. All right, gently release a little bit. Check out the distance between your feet and see if you can just tuck your toes in, back toes in, and lift yourself up off of the floor. So we're in full exalted warrior. Ready? Pick yourself up and then find it. Reach to lengthen. Exhale, melt your hips. See if you can deepen your stretch just a little bit more. Good. One more breath, lengthen. And exhale, melt a little bit deeper. All right, your next inhale, warrior two, open. Woo, that transition is tricky, huh? I'm gonna scoot back just a hair. Good. Find that place, hold. All right, gently reach your right fingers in between big second toe. Make any adjustments that you need. Gently push your right elbow into your right inner thigh, inner knee, and then reach your left arm all the way up. Now, just this action, arm against leg, I feel this really great ability to twist. So if your right side body feels super like crunched, I want you to lengthen out through your crown even more and find this pretty long, right, on your right side. And this twist ought to help you. I sometimes feel like a crack in my spine simply doing this. So you lift it on your right side body and maybe touch your chin closer to your left shoulder so your right ear is facing outward. Good. And then from here, we'll take this right hand all the way down inside of our right foot. See if you can sink maybe a little bit deeper. And then open up your chest once again. This time draw your left arm up and over. Really, instead of left arm coming forward though, I want your arm to be almost back behind your head. Feel a nice stretch through your armpit, open up. Good, nice. Return your left arm and we'll bring this left hand inside of our right foot. So both hands inside, pick up your back heel, let your hips melt just for a quick bit. Open your chest just the same, so your spine is pretty darn long here. Hold, good. This is our active recovery, guys. Okay, all right, from this place, we're gonna actually shorten our stance and then drop our back heel back down to the floor. So find your place there. Back heel down, our hips are a little bit higher, you see, than our right knee. From here, we'll take this right arm inside both legs. Think of your armpit sliding inside of your right knee. And then grab close to like just above, I always think of just above my right butt cheek. And then take your left arm, start to lift it up off the floor, open up through your chest. Maybe your right hand reaches for your left wrist. Open your chest. Now notice, okay, I have my grip of my left wrist. I can really use this. So as I pull my right hand down, right, my left shoulder comes back with, and I have this really nice opening. Think of your right side rib cage going inside of your right thigh. One more breath, lengthen. And gently release. Hands on inside of your right foot again. Come up onto your back toes, lower your back knee down, and then return your right knee down to the floor. We'll switch our sides. So let's step this left foot forward. Hold. All right. Top of your right foot is flat against the floor. So what I mean, I'm gonna scoot up real quick. So what I mean is, if you use this, like the tops of your toes to find balance, I want you to start to try flattening out your foot so it's the top of your foot then that controls your stability and you have a really nice range of motion through your ankle, not going into this situation. This should never be your point. We're really going for that flatness of our top of our foot. Good stretch for us as well. So anyway, hands to heart. Let's pick this back knee up off of the floor. Go, hold. So it's like a baby bit off of the floor. You're working, I know it. And then let's pick this front heel off of the floor. Good, a baby tuck to feel that right side hip flexor stretch here. And of course, you guys are all rock stars, so we're gonna add just a bit more. Start to free your arms from prayer, bring them up high. Left hand grabs a hold of your right wrist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, gently lean over to your left hand side.
So the help of your left hand to pull your right arm over, really allow your arms to straighten out just a bit more, deepen your stretch, right side body. Good. And gently come back through center. Undo the grip of your wrist. Lower your left heel down. Lower your right knee down to the floor. And we'll move it to exalted here. So as you lower your left hand down toward your right thigh, reach your right arm up. And it might be the case that you want to step your left foot forward. I'm going to step my left foot forward a little bit and find your exalted warrior. Reach your right arm up. Yes. Take one more breath here, lengthen. Yes. And then just check real quickly, maybe your feet, find a good distance between them. So we'll get ready to pop up onto our back toes into the full exalted here in our lunge. So once you're ready to do so, tuck your back toes in, lift yourself up, and find your proper exalted. Reach your right arm up. My left hand just kind of slides down my right thigh here. Find a good stretch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink, melt your hips. See if you can deepen that stretch down your right side hip flexor without completely dumping into your low back, right? One breath, lengthen. Warrior two, open up. Find your place, good. All right, so we're not immediately dropping down. Think of how tall, how long the sides of your body are, just as in our child's pose way back when, super long. So as you tick-tock, your left side body doesn't crunch on you, you're still super long. Firm up through your back leg, foot, fingers in between big second toe, reach your right arm up. Think of these as angles, right? So no round here, we're gonna be more of those sharp edges actually. So once you're there, see if you can maybe turn your chin closer to your right shoulder so your left ear is more facing out, and really push this arm against your leg to allow your entire torso kind of twist open, and see if you might be able to get a really nice crack in your spine maybe. Yes, hold right there. Beautiful. From this place, all we're doing is coming down, left hand down, inside. Good. And since you have a little bit like sort of more opportunity to rest here, want to open up a little bit more and make sure we're not completely just melting down, dumping down. Lift. Draw your right arm up and over. Again, instead of in front, really think about drawing back. Find your beautiful stretch, longest stretch possible, down the right side of your body, fingertips, all the way down to the outside of your right foot, pressing down toward the floor. Good. Your next inhale, release this arm, and we'll just bring this right hand inside of our left foot. Pop your back heel up off the floor and allow your hips to melt just a little bit. Give yourself some marinating. Good. These are active recovery. Anytime you find yourself in this place, as I mentioned before, think of being pretty darn strong. It doesn't need to be the hardest high plank ever, but we're just training our bodies to remember not to dump, right? So this is like never a situation we find ourselves in if we're not really thinking about it, right? This is our default almost, yeah? Okay, so let's shorten up our stance a little bit. Keep your spine nice and long. Drop your back, heel back down to the floor, your hips slightly higher than the plane of your knee. And we'll take this left arm inside, right? Our left arm inside, armpit inside of our knee. Left hand grabs just above your left butt cheek, right? Palm facing out. And then start to draw your right arm around as well. I'm making a very dramatic circle. It doesn't need to be that dramatic. But see if you might be able to grab a hold of your right wrist. And my chest is kind of leaning, dumping down right now. I need to lean back. Almost think of getting your upper body like parallel, right? Your whole body just in a two-dimensional frame. Use your left hand to help pull your right shoulder back. Open your chest. Find some length. Even down your left side body, you are lifted, not collapsed. Good, chin a little bit closer to your shoulder. Open up your chest, good stretch for your neck. And gently unwind. Hands come inside. Good. Pop up your back heel. And then we'll just take this left foot back into a high plank real quick. So We're there. Push your chest away. Nice. Hold right here for 4. Remember, default very strong for 3. For 2, downward facing dog. Send it back. Breathe. All right, nice work. Take your time here. Any point in time, if you want to just replace the downward facing dog with a child's for a more restful situation, do that for yourself. Breathe. And then we'll lower down to our knees. We move into puppy stretch next, not puppy stretch. Walk your arms forward. Keep your hips above your knees and melt your chest, your armpits down into the floor. Forehead to the floor, or your chin comes down closer to the floor. Allow your armpits to melt. Good. Good. Let's gently pick ourselves back up, back into that downward facing dog, huh? Tuck your toes in, send yourself back and up. Okay, so your next one, inhale, send your right leg up high toward the ceiling. Step your right foot forward inside, low lunge. All right, from this place right into the exalted warrior. So reach your left arm up, right hand just taps back toward your thigh lift. Good, on your exhale then, your left elbow starts to make its way outside of your right thigh. We'll do a couple of these. This is just your diagnostic to see how your body is feeling right now. Inhale, arms go all the way up, or left arm, I'm sorry, goes all the way up. Exhale, tap your left elbow. Really find that twist outside of your right thigh. Maybe push a little bit deeper, so you can open up your chest, right shoulder back. Twice more. Inhale. Right, the first two are diagnostics, really just feeling it out. See how your twist is feeling today. Exhale, let's twist. Elbow outside of your thigh. See if you can, again, open up through your chest. Just a bit more. Okay, one more, last one. Inhale. Go lift. Okay, this one's for real, guys. So, elbow outside of your thigh. Hands into the prayer position. Again, my chest loves to dump, and I know I'll need a manual assist, so your right hand goes outside of your right thigh if you're looking for one of those as well. Get your left armpit outside, hands into the center chest. Hold. Beautiful. Hold right there. Draw your right shoulder back. Think of your back getting plastered to the back of the room. Draw your right shoulder back. So everything is pretty darn flat, right? So you're not adding another dimension here. You're going again for that 2-dimensional frame. Hold. All right, look forward of your right foot. Just pick your left foot up off of the floor. Maintain your twist. Hold right here for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Send it back. Keep your prayer twist. Good. And we'll just do that one more time. Look forward, shift your body weight forward, pick your back, toes, heel up off of the floor. Good, good, good. Return your left toes. All right, really nice. Okay, we're moving into an arm balance next. So let's reverse everything. So find your exalted warrior real quick. Not real quick, take your time. All right, low lunge. Find that place, frame your foot. Inhale, right leg up high. Okay, we'll do a couple of these before our arm balance. So on your exhale, shift your body weight forward, your right knee to your left tricep. So cross body here. Yup. Do it again. Inhale, right leg up high. Separate your heels. Exhale, really find your big twist. Right thigh outside of your left tricep. Do it again. Inhale, right leg up high. Now listen, guys, this time as you bring your knee over to your left tri, I want you to see if you can shift your body weight forward a little bit and then bring it back up. Lift. All right, we're gonna try for our finale here to move into that twisted scissors. So I'm gonna scoot over to this side. So right leg goes up. Exhale, knee over to your left thigh. Bend your arms so much. You shift forward. Maybe you straighten out your legs. Oh, I'm falling out of it. I totally need a towel. All right, so you get the idea though, right? So once you're in this position, you want to find such a big twist. You can extend your legs, prop your left toes up high in the air. All right, so let's try again. You don't have to move into the warrior 3 business. If you want to just move straight into it, that's awesome. Again, if you're working skin on skin, you might just need something to, unless you're not sweating. Sometimes I'm just at this perfect level of sweat such that I have good grip and I'm not slipping away. It's like even better than when I'm not sweaty, but it has to be like just the right amount of sweat. So if you're working just from the ground up, you can, let me shift forward. Okay. So without any extra prop right now, I'm just gonna show you real quick. If you wanna have your right leg in front of your left, and then come down as if you're almost doing like a side crow, right? Side crow, my both feet would be together. I'm moving here. This is also an option, by the way, if you prefer to do this. I'll show you real quick. This one I don't think I need the extra help of my towel. But you shift forward so much, you can pick your right foot up off the floor and then your left foot up off the floor. It is kind of, it does feel like you're gonna tip forward. It's so funny because, like, I tell you, it's easier said than done, right? When I'm saying like, oh, just go for it. I tell you, James is telling me like on mountain biking, just go for it, stand up, do all those things, and I'm like, no. So I totally hear you if you're in that boat, but that's one option. Or you have your right leg in front of your left. Remember, it's gonna be same, just like when you were in prayer twist. I don't necessarily know that it's easier to keep your right leg bent in this situation. I actually don't think it's necessarily easier. So you can try it and see if that does feel easier. But I feel like once you're in that position, it almost doesn't, I mean, straightening out your leg is like, it's like nothing, right? Relative to keeping your leg bent. So in fact, I think it offers me a little bit of more stability balance-wise. So you can play around with that. But because this is going to be where your left arm rests, if this is slippery, you can totally place a towel on top. Go for your big, big twist, of course. And then as you shift your body weight forward, again, it's going to be quite a bit forward. Start to extend your right leg and then start to extend your left. Right? And the tipping forward sensation does kind of work better if you allow your leg to kick up higher, right? So if you think about it, and again, this is logical thinking versus when you're actually doing it, you're like, I don't want to be logical, my body doesn't want to be logical, right? So the logical thing I'm thinking right now, I was tipping forward quite a bit, right? And for it to feel better, I had to lift my left leg up higher, right? So a natural seesaw effect. Because if my front side is down and my back side is down, everything is just gonna come down, right? If nothing on the axis is not supporting both sides, it's just like very heavy. So I know it's like it's easier for me to just say that, but when you feel it, if you allow yourself to feel it, which oftentimes that's the tricky part, just allowing yourself to feel it, the more you shift forward and lift your leg up higher, the more balanced it actually feels. We'll do that one more time. Try, right? So, yeah, I know. Kristen, I do not like it either. I totally don't want it to happen. Let me tell you, when I'm going downhill, it's like the worst. Like I just don't want to. Even the logical, like, is telling me, like, just do it already. I cannot do it. So anyway, your left armpit, as much as you can get on the outside of your right thigh, you're going for that. And then shift forward, shift forward. I'm doing like this extension first, and then once I come down, you want to pick your leg up, leg up, leg up, leg up, leg up. And it actually does, it's you know what I realized? When you're sort of like hesitating and your leg is neither up nor down is when it feels very heavy. And then once you lift it up, it feels a little bit less heavy. So anyway, I think we are very much exhausted from that side, and we want to save enough room for the other. So let's move into the other, cross out your ankles, and we'll move into the downward facing dog. All right, I'm not crossing out my ankles. I'm just doing this. Yes, Ellen, yes. And I think that's the thing too, like, you know, if at first you don't succeed, you try again, and it might not be like successive, right? It might just be like, you do it once, you take a super long break, and you try it again. That's awesome, that's very good. And it's very mental, right? Like, sometimes when you're trying it out, you're just like, oh my God, like, I have to give myself that pep talk on the other side of it, things too, like, come on, we can do it. Like, don't be scared. Like, you know you're being scared right now. It's okay, we can do it. It doesn't always work out, but we try, right? Yes, Alan, 8th try. 8's a very good number in Chinese language. Find yourself in downward facing dog. Oh, I'm gonna go this way. Okay, awesome, very cool. I like that. Way to keep working at it. Inhale, go, let's lift our left leg, yeah? Up high toward the ceiling, and we're moving into the low lunge. Feel free, Ellen, to take a break, of course, between your sides. You don't have to go right into it, for sure. Okay, then we move into our exalted, right arm up, left hand back. So right arm up, left hand back. And of course, we have a whole bunch of variables, especially it being summertime. It's so hot, so the sweat's everywhere, all those things. And then exhale, I'm gonna scoot over a little bit, elbow outside of our thigh. This is just a test, right now. How is this side feel relative to the other side? And then inhale, go, right arm all the way up. And then exhale, right elbow. Really think of getting this elbow, the twist from up here, as far out, armpit outside. And if you can push out your arm against your leg, really allow your left shoulder to draw back. And then notice your back heel will want to drop down. I'm being kind of dramatic right now, but your heel will have a tendency to want to lean out to the right as well. Okay, that's our second. Inhale, go. Right arm up. And exhale, this is our third then. Elbow outside, armpit outside. Check with your back heel, not dropping down to pinky side. Good, one more. This is our for reals. Arm up, I'm gonna scoot back a little bit as we're coming forward. And then armpit outside. Ooh, this bound's a little bit unstable for me right now. Okay, hands in the prayer position then. Open your chest. If you want to do the assist, I always love doing the assist because I feel like I always could use a little bit of help. Left hand against your left thigh. Push. Open your chest and just be aware of how much your chest dumps, right? Because I just think it's quite sort of natural for your chest to want to just hang out over your thigh. So just notice it, and best you can, you're opening up. All right. From here, look down toward the floor, shift your body weight forward, pick your right foot toes up off of the floor. Yes. Gentle, return your right toes back. Yes. And you open up your chest once again. Really use your arm to push against your leg open. Okay, look forward, shift, pick up your right toes. So this is all just a balance play right now. Lift your belly button, think off of your thigh, and then gently return to the place, right toes back. Again, we're reversing everything. So from here, move into your exalted warrior again. Right arm up, hand just rests against your right thigh, crawl it down, lift. And we move into just a low lunge. Hands frame your foot either side. Awesome work, good. We have a few of these we know. Inhale, send your left leg up high toward the ceiling, coming a little closer. Go lift. Exhale, your knee outside, your right tricep, touch. All right, just going for the twisted feeling. Inhale, go. Left leg up, separate your heels. Yep. And exhale, knee to the outside, try. Twist, cross your body. Okay, so this third round, we're gonna apply some weight here. So send your left leg up. And then on your exhale, doing the same thing just gonna shift my body weight a little bit more forward, maybe bend your arms a little bit, see how that feels. And then inhale, left leg up high. This is your try now. All right, exhale, knee goes outside, send your left leg out, shift forward, and I'm falling. I need my extra towel. So, I'm gonna try it with my towel first. This is just your time now to make your attempts. So I'll go through the different options, but you just continue to try as I continue to talk. All right, so this twist is twisting to our left. As you make your way over, we're going for similarly this really large shelf, right? Our right arm is that big shelf. So as you come forward, send your left leg out to the right, and then send your right leg up high toward the ceiling. Lift, lift, lift. And again, I also think that the extension is helpful. So when your legs are quite short, when they're bent, they're just heavier, right? The lever. And if you have the length and you're just doing the teeter-totter, in some ways you're more balanced and it's just easier to maintain. Right, again, once we get over the whole hesitation hump, right? So I'm gonna just give you a couple of options. Remember, you can do your, what is this, side crow. Same deal. I really like side crow because it offers you, continue to work on your twisted scissors though, if you know you're going for that. Your side crow though, still you want a very big twist, a very large shelf. So as much as you can get your armpit outside of your leg, the better. And then once your hands come down, shift your body weight quite forward, lift your left toes up, lift your right toes up, and really send your hips up. And it doesn't feel very good, again, when you're in that hesitation bit, which I kind of was just right now, I don't know why. Shift forward and lift. And you can kind of feel it, right? How you know when you're hesitating versus when you're not, right? So when you feel that hesitating, don't worry, we all experience it. Take a rest, do whatever you need to do. And maybe that just involves you sitting down and doing nothing at all, right? You can do a twist, hang out, however you want to do it. You do not have to do it one after the other after the other. Just like if you're attempting a problem, right? Sometimes it just doesn't work out if you're just doing it one after the other, after the other, after the other. Sometimes you just need kind of a refresh for your brain and for your body. Okay, so if you're going to start from the ground, I like just to bring my left leg forward of my right, and my right foot is propped up like so. And then right arm outside. As you come forward, let's see if this angle is better. Okay, as you come forward, shift forward a lot, right? And you'll feel it, the ability to shift so far forward, extend your leg. And this is the hesitation hump. I'm just now jumping over it. Lift, lift, lift. Woo! And I don't necessarily think that it ever feels like the most stable thing ever. But to me, the weird thing, I've probably mentioned it before, I feel like crow is the hardest thing for me. So it might be the case that crow is like very basic, which I think like most people do think it is. For some reason for me, I just feel like a whole bunch of things are wobbling about where my knees are supposed to be, and it feels very, very unstable. So to me, this type of stuff with the twist and your arm as your base feels quite a bit better. So maybe you're still working on your rounds. Remember, you don't have to. It could be the case that you're working on your twist. If you are working on your twist, I want you to lift up every single time you inhale, and your exhale, you twist from there, right? I'm gonna give it one more good old college try here. Again, this shelf is the most important part, I think, of all of it, right? Even more important than going over the hesitation bump, because, or hump. I want to make it alliteration, right? Just because if you don't have a good shelf, meaning you're just trying to balance on your elbow tip, it's gonna be quite difficult. So the more you can hook your armpit outside of your leg, I really want you to think of armpit. It ought to make your shelf larger, right? larger shelf on which you build your balancing posture. So, I see you, Molly. I'm coming for you. As you shift forward, send your left leg out. Send your right toes up toward the ceiling. And you play around with how fast you do that extension. You might go slower, you might go faster. And that could work better for you or worse for you. Yes, reluctant feet have come off the ground. I love that, Mal. That's really good. Rock stars, yeah. Even that little bit, I really do feel it makes a huge difference, right? One, not only your muscle memory, but two, I think the confidence you start to gain, right, each time you approach it. And I think, as with most, a lot of things, it's not necessarily our physical ability to do it, it's our mental kind of willingness to go for it, right? So as much as James has been telling me on the bike, like the bike does not want to fall, in my mind, I'm like, it does though. Like for me. And I just need to get over that, right? So just these little bits, hopefully we can approach these arm balances, leg balances, mountain biking, whatever it is, with just a little bit more confidence. That's great, that's great. Awesome work. Good progress today, guys. That's awesome. Okay, so me talking and talking. Let's bend this left leg real quick, reinforce our big twists that we did. Put this right foot over our left knee. And in case you've been doing any glute work, just remember you drop this right glute down, and that ought to offer you just a little bit more stretch in your glutes as well. I like to point my left toes, the one that are down below, right hand close with your base. And I know I emphasize this a lot, but the more you can pull your navel in and really suck it in tight and lift on your inhale, the more you can actually, I feel, twist, or more I can actually, because my belly is off my thigh. I have more space to twist deeper. So really think about lifting, pulling in, so that you have space to twist. And let's say you get here and you're like, I forgot about the whole space lift thing. You can still do it once you're in the posture, right? So inhale, really lift yourself up. Maybe use your right hand to push a little bit deeper, maybe get more of your armpit outside, and then you twist from there. And gently untwist. Let's go the other direction then. Swap out your legs. Your right leg goes in front on the down, and then put your left foot over your right knee. And again, just check your left butt cheeks on the floor. And notice once your left butt cheek goes onto the floor, this left knee totally just wants to fall out. So face it up toward this ceiling. That's where you get your nice glute stretch as well. Hopefully I will have a cool little bruise here, because that's where my first fall was. Left hand close to your base, right arm up. I live for the work scars, you know. Twist. Which is so silly, because I feel very sorry for myself when I'm actually falling. All right, lift up really tall, and then feel like your belly is pulled away from your thigh, even for just like a brief moment, just enough for you to get a lift and for you to twist deeper. And then maybe when you're able to twist deeper, you're able to hook more of your armpit on the out. Drop your left butt cheek down. Inhale, go lift up tall. Exhale, go twist. And also one more thing to experiment with is, I like to grab my knee, but sometimes I just like to push here. I know some people play this game. If this works for you, totally. I feel like I just would want this. Like this is my biggest sort of help in getting me to twist deeper. So play around with your arm positioning. Generally, it's the case that this back arm does the same function, however you do this arm. This one is just to lift you, support you up a little bit taller. But sometimes even pushing against my sole of foot feels nice. Sometimes it's grabbing my knee. Sometimes it's just pushing. And gently untwist. The point being, like, there's no exact way, right? So there's no exact perfect way. Experiment, maybe on a day-to-day basis, it's different for you too. Let's bring our soles together. Our soles together. Inhale, arms all the way up high toward the ceiling. Let's give a cactus. So lift your chest up. Inhale, arms up. And let's fold all the way forward. I like that. Bring our soles together. And lengthen all the way out. Push it out right, left. Lower yourself down. We have a few seconds remaining on this video, so just want to say great job. Always mark your progress, like, right, give yourself credit for that. That's huge, right? You know, it's so funny, even just like if you're doing like a climb or whatever it is, you film yourself, like, job well done. Like, that's such a great way to track progress. You write this down, hey, I got my feet off the floor today, great progress. You want to mark the occasion and be so proud of yourself. Always give yourself credit for these, what seem like small steps, but are huge.